feel like this was one of the first courses where it's not just about a grade and how you do on a test. This is about your life and your career, and this is how you better yourself.
It wasn't just to get the project done, it really was creative thinking and having to come up with things, and a lot of times people got excited about it. It wasn't just that end result, it was kind of the journey along the way too.
I mean, yeah, you're not just one person going out and doing stuff. You're one person who's helping another person who then uses what you learn, or they learn from you, to help somebody else. So it's just constantly a growing thing, and I feel like that's extremely important. And on day one, I would have never thought that that's what would have happened. I do like the layout of the BCom website a lot, and it's easy to navigate. I mean, you find our blogs, you can find both the 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. blogs, and I like how you have everything laid out based on what we're going to be doing, if it's oral or written or interpersonal, things like that. And then the syllabus is right there and easy to find right at the top.
Well, the website is really convenient when we're looking at our schedule and stuff. A lot of times, every class has a syllabus where you look through and you got the calendar, and you can do that. But on your site, you can go through and you can say, okay, I have this assignment due on Friday, and click on it and see the instructions and know what I have to do for that. There's usually a video that shows you how to do it, and so it's really convenient, so you can see exactly what you're going to do then, and it gives you instructions right there. You don't have to compare a calendar to assignment instructions. It's all right there.
And also the videos that you uploaded, like speaking about how to upload your stuff, was also very helpful. I watched them every time, even if I didn't, like, I kind of knew what I was doing, I would just have it in the background, you know, and open another tab while I was uploading something just to make sure that I didn't miss anything. But I watch them all the time.
And I do like the course site. I feel like it's much better than Moodle offers. So it's very unique in that aspect, and you can make appointments with you. You can do your group blog, which I find helpful if I'm stuck on something. I can go read through someone else's and see their take on the assignment, so I can develop their ideas and bring in my own to better my blog post. I feel like we build on each other for our blog posts, and it's very helpful.
Because I like how you can click on somebody's thing and see everything that they've posted. So you're not just, if you're looking for something particular from a particular person, you can narrow it down to who posted it and then try and go find it. I know I've utilized that for the, I did an interview for a CPA for the informational interview I had to do, and I thought it would be interesting to see what other people did. So I went through and found the tag for the informational interviews and looked at what other people had written or what other people had said that were CPAs.
Well, first it was like with the informational interviews, I like to look at other people's and see who they talked to, their experiences and how they found them. I think just being able to see what the other students were taking from the class too and how they were doing their work, and I don't know, it was cool to see how other people were interacting with the course too. My first thing is organization. This is probably one of my most organized class, like with the professor, and I love the emails that you send, and also the outlines that you've provided for most of like our assignments. I feel will help me in the future also to keep.
When you send out emails after class and it says for Monday do this assignment, it always in Google Mail you can always click when it says for Monday, you can click on it and it'll take you to your calendar so you can schedule time to do it. And then I usually go back a day, and so then your email says make sure you got your quiz done and you've read chapter 3, and I'll schedule a half-hour time to go through the.
Everything builds off each other, so you need to stay on top of things. Otherwise, if you fall behind, even miss a day, you're gonna miss valuable information. So it's beautiful the way it works when you read something, you're quizzed on it, and then the next class period, my professor Abram would have us do a project on it or a group blog post or implement it into something we were working on.
The group work is always a challenge, but I feel like the group meetings and taking notes and that was really helpful. Because in other classes it's just been, here's your group, now here's the due date. Yeah. So you actually found us ways to facilitate our group discussions.
We did a lot of technology related stuff. We talked about the Google Docs and stuff, and we used that a lot. And that's really convenient. I think that's something that's underutilized. A lot of people don't know how to operate it, and using the Google Calendar and stuff and keeping everything online, knowing the details of how that stuff works is really really nice to keep people organized.
I'm not really big into computers, and I never really had any experience, so it was really good. I never knew what a Google Doc was before I came into this class, and now I use them for all my other classes. And
this course has definitely introduced me to Google Docs. I've used it once or twice before, but in this class I really, really enjoyed it. It's very helpful, especially for group work. You don't have to save your document and send it to someone else and they'll save it and send it around. That just seems to eliminate that problem.
I think the peer feedback is great. I did enjoy doing the commenting in the Google Docs and being able to see what other people do. I think it almost improves yourself personally because you can see what other people do and build on what you've already done with. So I think that was extremely beneficial, more than printing something off and bringing it to class and they cross out this word because it doesn't sound good and things like that. Because then you can see it as you're going. What that one particular one where we had to have, like, I think 3 people edited the documents, we were able to see what other people wrote, they were able to see what we wrote, so you could kind of build on what the other person said. I commented on a couple people's comments, I guess, or commented on what they had said, and then there were people who had commented on what I said as well. So I feel like by bringing in multiple brains, or I guess so to say, you're able to collaborate a lot better and kind of bring out the best of what that person was trying to say if they didn't quite say it.
Well, when we do the peer reviewing, we have all of our documents shared with everybody and they can look through it, and you get a lot of different aspects from people, you know, because everybody reads something differently, and yeah. I usually have a roommate or something proofread papers for me, but we both have the same major, so we have the same background, so we both get kind of the same view on it. But when I write a paper for this class, I might have a marketing major read it, and they have a different opinion about the same topic. So.
And I think getting feedback with 3 different people made all my stuff a lot better.
I really like the group interactions too that you have with us, because it allows us to see another point of view on all of our projects. That was good because I was struggling trying to figure out what I needed for a topic, and sure enough it was right in front of me, and I just needed to be with somebody else in order to come up with that idea. You know, so it's kind of interchanging and everybody's kind of helping each other out, and it really benefits everybody, I think, you know, collaborating with each other. Whereas if you just kind of go to class every day and everybody does their own thing, nobody's really being accountable for you, and it doesn't make you work as hard, I believe.
We talked a little bit about leadership and kind of finding your way to implement your ideas into projects. So I think by working so much in groups, it was a good way for people. I've noticed in my different groups, different people have stepped up, and myself have stepped up. I think it's a nice way when we do so many projects. It gives people a voice.
I was surprised we actually had to go out and meet people for our job interview, which I'll be the first person to admit I was not on board with at first. Really? I was like, oh man, another assignment like this. But I thought, this is actually really helpful. I can go talk to someone who's done exactly what I want to do, and it turned out to be a great experience for me.
I think, you know, like the steps we took up leading to that, how to properly write an email, how to write a thank you letter, you know, how to reach out to your contacts. I think that was really good. So you're just not going into the whole situation, you know, completely blindfolded and having no idea where to start on the topic.
Coming into the class, I did have a LinkedIn account. It was very vague. I think my name, my major, and the university I was attending was probably my highlights on my profile. And now going through the steps we did on our LinkedIn and then the group blog post as well, we talked about keywords, which I wasn't familiar with. And it really makes you think of how you articulate yourself. And by taking the time to do that, rather than just face-to-face, you have to come up with it on the spot, you're able to really get a deeper meaning and connect things to each other, ideas to words, much more gracefully, and it really means more in the end.
I reached out through LinkedIn. I went on like the Gap thing, found her, connected with her. When I connected with her, I wrote like a personal message, just like I'm interested in Gap and stuff. When we did connect, I found her email through her page, and then I emailed her with the letters that we did in class, and she was very happy to meet with me, but I actually did it over the phone because she was in the Twin Cities. but we do have plans to meet over winter break.
Oh, that's great. So you're going to have a follow-up meeting?
Yep. And our conversation on the phone lasted actually 50 minutes, and it was awesome.
Well, I got 2 important business connections. I didn't write a second blog post, but I met with someone in Cloquet, which I know our Duluth initiative for UMD is to try and keep our graduates here, and I'm kind of on the fence about that, so that was a very good thing. I met her. I learned the field steps that I should do, go from accounting to construction, which is great. But then I also met someone from the cities who I met through a scholarship, and that also turned out to be very good as well.
So I feel like in that case, if I didn't have a LinkedIn, I probably would never
have made that connection.
Right, and I emailed them the thank you letter after the interview, and that probably would have been when it would have ended. And then if I ever, something came up or I was maybe looking for something else, then I would maybe zip them off an email. But it's almost like you don't know where to push the boundaries, because you don't necessarily want to be like, oh, hey, do you remember me from like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Whereas this way now he might see me on his LinkedIn and see that I put something on there that, hey, I took such and such a course, now I might be qualified for something, and then you can kind of go off of, oh, hey, did you notice it?
They just gave great advice, and also about writing and how they use it every day in their emails. But we both have plans to meet over winter break just for coffee and to talk. So I'm excited.
The thing I like is I can see how this will actually relate to my job. That's what I like, is you make us see how we can take this internally and use it in our career. This is something that's actually really helpful. It's not even just a skill, but like accounting, I know how to do ledgers and everything else, but I need the communication side to actually work with my coworkers and get that job. It's really easy to see how this applies to my life.
This is definitely the most relevant business course I've taken at UMD. Things we learn every day I will apply. This is nothing, and something I like about the class too is it's not test based. It is constantly doing projects where you're actually applying what you're saying to your project. It's not things you learn and memorize for a test and then really, in all honesty, forget.
Because a lot of people forget stuff. After the final, it's just erased from their brain. And I feel like this is definitely a class where I'm going to use it all the time. I actually helped one of my coworkers build a resume because of the resume we built. So it's kind of cool to be able to even utilize what I've learned to help teach other people who want to get to where I've gotten from taking this class.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Sierra Wolf. I'm an organizational management major, and I aspire to be an entrepreneur someday.
Okay, my name is Jen Hitchcock. I'm an accounting major with a coaching minor at UMD, and I would like to continue my work with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers in their resource management department.
I'm John Kenyon. I'm a healthcare management major. I'm a junior. I'll be a senior next semester, and I hope to work for some sort of insurance company in the healthcare field.
Great.
I'm Ashley Colford. I'm a senior. I'll be graduating this May with a marketing degree with a minor in psychology. And I hope, right now I really like public relations, social media, and advertising.
Well, I'm Nick. I'm junior year at LSBE and I'm majoring in economics.
My name is Cal Johnson. I'm an accounting major, senior right now at UMD. I aspire to be an accountant someday. I would like to work for probably a larger firm than a private accounting firm, but yeah.